Hello cats and kittens, this is Smutty Smiff and part 2 of the grand opening of my Wildcat store in the world famous antique market Alfies in central London. I would like to pay special thanks for a living legend, Benny Gray, who opened antique stores like Hyper and Aquarius back in the 60s, and all of his team, which is Anna Christensen, PR and marketing manager, Melly Hollywood, assistant manager, and Stella Galvin, manager. Benny, of course, is a legend. Now there is a permanent home to keep the legacy, which is very important to me, of Lee Childers, my manager and my mentor. Lee's pictures covered in his early days, from Andy Warhol, going on to David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust, the Stooges, Debbie Harry, right up to the Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers, invited by Malcolm McLaren and Vivian Westwood for the Anarchy tour with the Sex Pistols. Most of these pictures, as you see around me, are newly discovered. I actually, after Lee passed, it was all made possible when I contacted Lee's family. Henry Childers, Lee's brother, that I knew from back in the day. He stayed with Levi and the Rockcats in '77 when he was a stuntman, and his wonderful wife, Adine Childers. I actually visited them in Texas and said, how many pictures do you have? And they said, we have a few. It turns out there was thousands. So I couldn't have done this without them, and big thanks to the estate. What you see now is in Wildcat, in terms of Lee's pictures, is actually only the tip of the iceberg. I can also put you in touch directly with the estate for signed pictures before Lee passed. It's basically a dream come true to me. Lee discovered myself and made me who I am. He handpicked me out of a crowd and said, do you want to be in this band? He was kind of the Simon Cowell of punk at the time. And everything I learned from him about being a rock star. And one of the words that actually stuck with me to this day, he said, Smutty, I will make you a star, but you always need to be humble, be kind, and give gratitude. These words have stuck with me as the guidelines of my life throughout my whole career. I've got a few other people to thank, and I just want to say, come down here, be there, be square, no flares, no squares, and hippies, please use the back entrance. I'd like to thank some other people that made it all possible. Very quickly, I've got a few notes here. I'm sorry, I know it's like a bad Oscar speech. But I would like to thank Linda B, who got me the store with another friend, Stephen Colgrave, my partner and collaborator in crime, Vivian Holloway, Jenny Cox, who also bartended my party, Freddy's of Pinewood, my wife, Kathleen Rosa Stephen's daughter, for allowing me to leave home and come here and open the shop, David Carroll from Pride and Clark London Leatherman, Paul Simonon from The Clash that came by here before we opened, also Marco Baroni from Adam and the Ants, and all the other support I've had. I cannot give you enough thanks, and I feel so humble and grateful for having this opportunity to work in this market and be a part of something very new in London. There's nothing else in London like this now since the 1970s, and I'm bringing it back to life. Hasta la vista, this is Smutty Smiff, Cats and Kittens. I love to you all, peace.